let's take a look at the new PR ships, all right? I haven't looked at any of their skills, okay? I am going in blind. The most I've seen is their designs from the Twitter announcements, nothing else. So, all right, let us take a look at all of the new PR5 ships, starting with the best PR5 ship, waifu design-wise, Plymouth, all right? Don't at me. She's an HMS light cruiser. I love to see more light cruisers in PR, which is great. Rejoice in Radiance. When the battle starts, increase the ship's firepower and accuracy by 12% if sorted with another Royal Navy ship, or if the ship has Royal Navy gear equipped, increase the ship's evasion by 15%. Evasion and not evasion rate. Okay, so it's not like the super busted evasion rate from like Noshido and stuff, so it's just evasion, which is not as good as evasion rate, but still decent. Okay, not too bad. Plymouth has main gun +2, by the way. That sounds good. Main gun mount +2 is very good. That means she shoots 3 times. Try the simulations. Let me finish reading the skills first. Pathfinder Shroud. Every 10 seconds, fires a special barrage and becomes shrouded for 5 seconds. While shrouded, this damage takes 10% less damage. Upon becoming shrouded for the 3rd time, she also restores 10% of her max health. Enemies hit by this barrage become exposed for 10 seconds, and exposed enemies take 18% increased damage from your flagship if she's a battleship, battlecruiser, or aviation battleship. Okay. And then Siren Killer. Okay, this is actually an interesting skill. Every 10 seconds, so 30 seconds in. Wait a minute. So the way this works is you enter the battle, 10 seconds, you become shrouded. You become shrouded for 5 seconds, but the timer is still running to activate it again 10 seconds later. So in reality, after the initial 10 seconds, you're shrouded for half the time after that, right? 5 seconds on, and then 5 seconds left for it to proc again. Am I reading this right? So after the initial 10 seconds, you're shrouded for half the time. Every 10 seconds, we've got 18% increased damage to enemies on the map. Every 10 seconds. For how long? 10 seconds. Wait, what? Wait, so the exposed lasts for 10 seconds and it procs again every 10 seconds. So the debuff uptime is 100%. That's really strong. The barrage it's true. The barrage has got a hit. What does the barrage look like? Let's find out. This is sounding like Helena or something on crack. What does the barrage look like? All right, let's see it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there's a barrage. That looked like it almost homed in on things there. The barrage is homing? The barrage has got a hit though, guys. The homing barrage has to hit. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, then I guess you do have 100% debuff uptime. Damn, that's pretty good. And there's a UR gun. That's right. The UR gear is her gun. The URCL gun. This sounds pretty damn good. You basically have, after the initial 10 seconds, you have almost 100% uptime. Let's say like one misses by a fluke or something. At worst, you have 100% uptime for 18% increased damage. It is only from the flagship though, to be fair. Damage from the flagship, okay? So this is when it start mattering a bit more what ship you put on your flagship. Obviously, you want it to be your biggest damage output ships. New Jersey comes to mind. Make New Jersey more busted. Yeah, this seems really pretty good. It doesn't feel like it would replace Helena. I feel like this would just be in use with Helena. She would probably use like as an off-tanker. I don't know. People's New Jerseys was already hitting 400, 500k, no problem. 18% of that is like a solid like 80 to 100k more damage. That's a lot of damage. Plymouth replaces Helena? I don't think she replaces Helena. Why not? Why wouldn't you want to use both damage percent modifier ships? Why would you use one or the other? Agir, Helena, Plymouth, Vanguard. Yeah, exactly. All right, I like Plymouth though. I'm really liking Plymouth. My favorite before, she's definitely my favorite now. All right, we're gonna do this in the order of Jurdo's waifu design tier list. So we started with Plymouth at the top, obviously. Next is Brest. How do you pronounce this? Google, how to pronounce this?
Brest.
Okay, what about the British pronunciation?
Brest.
Okay. Well, you know what? I guess there's just no way around it. She's a large cruiser, F&F, French French large cruiser, okay? And the DR as well, by the way. Both Plymouth and Brest are the DRs, as a matter of fact. Increases the ship's firepower and accuracy by 10% when the ship starts. If there are 3 ships in your vanguard, increases the ship's evasion by 15% and decreases the damage taken by 12%. So really good tank skill there. When the battle starts, increases the ship's speed by 3 and evasion by 10. If the ship has an Iris Libra gear equipped, which is very easy to do, increases the ship's main gun crit damage and anti-air by 15%. That sounds pretty decent. When the battle starts, increases ship speed at 3 and evasion by 10%. Just like that. There's no timer on it. It's not like when the battle starts, increase it for 30 seconds or something. And it's like, okay, in the first 30 seconds, the ship's going to be slightly faster and tankier. No, when the battle starts, just increase its stats. Good skill. All right, yeah, just get a permanent stat increase. Seems good. Once every 8 times this ship fires her main guns, fires a level 10 barrage. If this ship's main gun is large caliber, decreases the number of shots required to 4 and changes the properties of this barrage. The first time the barrage fires every battle, restores 8% max HP to the ship with the lowest percentage HP left in your fleet. Interesting. The second time this barrage fires, restores 6% of this ship's max HP. Okay, wait, hold on. So the first time, it's 8% max HP to the ship with the lowest percentage HP. So it restores 8% of that ship's HP, right? And then the second time, it restores 6% of this ship's. Oh, so she heals herself the second time. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, let's check out the simulation. Ooh, that's a cool barrage. Okay. Okay. And then she healed herself, but there's like no damage taken, so it's impossible to tell. First proc works for anyone. Second proc is only for herself. I thought it was for herself. So I don't know. I'm just basically getting the gist that she's just really tanky. I'm very curious to see what her damage output is, though. Like, she gets a firepower buff here. She gets some main gun crit damage buff here. So I want to see what her damage output is. Obviously, she's going to be very tanky. She's got a bunch of evasion increases and a speed increase. And damage decrease by 12%, which is a lot in my opinion. I'm very curious to see her in action when she's all built up and people start using her in like meta fights and stuff, and see what her damage output is. She has no utility other than a heal, though, for sure. But I mean, that's true, actually. Agir has a slow, right? That is true. She does have no utility other than the heal. She's just like a wall that does damage, but has no utility, really. Okay, we're gonna move on. Prinz 4. Prinz 4, also known as German speakers, cover your ears. Prinz Rupprecht. Oh, baby, I nailed it. All right, Prinz 4. Prinz 4. Let's take a look. Is it really a PR generation without a KMS ship? Linworm. During battle, this ship gains a level 10 special secondary gun. Every 5 times she fires this secondary gun, launches a level 10 special torpedo barrage. Interesting. The 8th time she fires a secondary gun, increases the ship's firepower and torpedo by 15%. Blue skill. When the battle starts, if this ship is your flagship, decreases this ship's damage taken by 15%. That's not really what you want to see on your flagship, or honestly in your backline. If not your flagship, decrease damage taken by the ship above your flagship by 8%. When this ship fires her main guns, 80% chance to fire a special barrage. Damage mitigation to your backline is generally not super useful. Her secondaries are hitting the enemy. Let me see that again. The range on her secondary gun is not. Wait, hold up. I think we need to take a closer look at that. Wait, was that her secondary guns? Holy shit, that's actually her secondary guns. I didn't even realize it. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. She'll be good for like mob clearing, I guess. I don't really see her as a strong contender for DPS output, but in terms of like being able to clear shit with your secondary guns, you basically have an extra Vanguard ship, right? Like just shooting, except that she's in the back line and she also has a barrage. That's pretty not bad. Yeah, she's a mob ship. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm a bit more convinced. She has her niche. She does it uniquely. I like that she can hit things with her secondary guns. That's really cool. And her barrage is a screen clearing barrage, right? It's a wide barrage to do damage in a wide area. I like this. It didn't convince me at first, but I can see it. I can see it working now. She's got her niche. I take it back, boys. I take it back. Prinz 4, good. Next we've got Chkalov. Let's look at her skills here. She is a Russian carrier. When the battle starts, increase this ship's aviation and reload by 15%. Okay. Another just like have permanent stat increases the moment the battle starts. When this ship launches an airstrike, launches an additional level 10 special airstrike. Damage based on the skills, 80% chance to launch an to improve this special airstrike. Okay, so you have an 80% chance to get a better barrage. Increase the ship's damage dealt against medium and heavy armor enemies by 10% when this ship's airstrike finishes loading. Fires a special barrage that decreases the anti-air of enemies hit by 10%. That's pretty good. I like that. Barrage damage is buff on the skills level. Anti-air debuff cannot be snagged. I like that. Debuffing anti-air right before shooting the airstrike. That's kind of cool. So she has 2 barrages. Yeah, so off she shoots the thing. Ooh. What was that plane? That barrage was kind of cool. It's just like a blanket just of torpedoes. I like that. I don't know, man. I feel like those are skip bombers. Oh, I see. Those are our planes. I see. Gotcha. Okay. That looks kind of cool. I like this. I like what I see with Chkalov. Not my favorite design-wise, but I like that she's a carrier. I like carriers in general, and I like her skills. And yeah, we'll be looking forward to see what people can do with Chkalov and see how much damage she can put out. And last but not least, we got another light cruiser. We've got Harbin, Chinese ship Harbin. Increases the damage the ship's equipped torpedoes deal against heavy armor enemies by 20%. Okay, so this is a torpedo-centric ship. Deal against heavy armor by 20%. That seems like a high modifier. 3 seconds after the ship fires her torpedoes, 100% chance to launch an additional torpedo barrage. Interesting. Okay. Against heavy armor specifically. Every 20 seconds, 100% chance to launch a special barrage. When the ship takes damage, 20% chance to increase the ship's firepower and anti-air by 4 and 5%. By 4% and torpedo by 5%. Gotcha. Gets stacked up to 3 times. So we got 15% torpedo potential buff there. She has 2 DD MGMs. Oh, really? MGM plus 1 DD gun at 120% efficiency. Not all okay, that's actually not bad. 120% efficiency with MGM plus 1 DD gun. That's pretty good. I like that. I like that she's not a one-trick pony. It's like a DD and CL body. Yeah, let's take a look. Let's take a look. I like her animation. Oh, I like that animation. I like that twirly animation. Although she uses it a lot, but it's kind of eye-catching for sure. Why are there only 3 torpedoes? Decent evasion, but very slow survival. Only like 3,500 HP max. Oh, dang. Okay. Well, that's kind of like typical of Chinese ships, I think. Pew pew. Any pew pews? Impactful torpedoes. I think we're letting it. We're being. Oh, I like that barrage though. Ooh, I like that. I think we're being let down a little bit by the torpedo choice that the simulation has. This would look a lot better if she was using like Rainbow Quints or something. But if we gave her good torps, and remember the fact that she actually has a decent DD gun, main gun stats, 120% efficiency and MGM plus 1. That sounds really, really solid. I mean, obviously not as good as Plymouth, but I think Harbin's looking pretty solid. Overall impressions in general, design wise, I think they did a really good job design wise. I remember back when PR3 ships were being revealed, people didn't really feel like these felt like PR ships. The feel wasn't there, but I really, really like the design direction and vibe that all of these went. Really, really good. I feel like they mesh together really well. Like when you look at them as a group, I don't know, they kind of look good together. I don't know. It looks good. Gameplay wise, I like how they've kind of tweaked some existing mechanics in the game. For instance, like damage debuff modifiers, like Helena type stuff. Helena has been basically the only ship that's been able to do that, consistently for literal years. And now that we have a PR5 ship that is able to do that as well, and not replacing her, but more than likely using her together in conjunction with Helena is pretty cool. The biggest ups, I would say, are Plymouth. I like Plymouth just purely by design. It turns out that she's actually also quite really good, sounding like she's going to be really, really good. Biggest flop, in my opinion, is kind of Brest, to be honest. Her design caught my eye the most initially, because she's one of the first ones to get revealed. But I think her skills are kind of mid. She doesn't have that much utility. She has like a heal, which is like, okay. She doesn't have a slow like Agir. She seems to be really tanky and have some offensive modifiers as well with the main gun crit damage and the firepower here, and accuracy, I guess. So we'll see if she gets good, I guess. We'll see if the damage output and tankiness kind of outweigh the utility that Agir brings. But at this point, we're getting like really, really tight with like what you're going to bring for a top tier Vanguard against bosses. Right now, generally people bring it's basically Agir plus Helena featuring either Shimikaze or Kazagumo, depending on your backline. Carriers, Kazagumo. If you have battleships, you use Shimikaze. That's basically more or less what a lot of people use. At this point, if we're going to be using Helena plus Plymouth, you're down to basically one available slot left. And if you're going to be putting a main tank in there, you're going to put a tank that provides utility in order to be able to do more damage with that damage modifier that you're putting on your enemies. Or are you going to put in Brest? Who knows? I'm really happy with these. I'm excited to see how people start actually using them in practice when people start getting their dev levels up. And we'll see in like 2 months, see how things are going with these. They look really good. They look really, really good. So pretty cool. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate the support. If you guys like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe and like button. It helps out the channel a lot. Follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Jerdo, where I stream Azur Lane 3 times a week. And follow me on Twitter at JerdoAL, where I post Azur Lane and other gacha game tidbits. So thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Take care. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.